Dear students, we learned about balanced chemical equation in the previous session. You know, balanced chemical equation is an equation in which there is an equal number of atoms of each element in the reactant and product side. So that is called balanced chemical equation. And we have seen some of the examples of balanced chemical equation, and we have studied how to count number of atoms of reactants and products. Today we are going to learn about balancing of chemical equation. That's how to balance a chemical equation. So that means unbalanced equation is given. Unbalanced equation will be given in the question. So what do you mean by unbalanced equation? Balanced equation, we have seen balanced equation, there should be equal number of atoms on both left and right side of the equation. It is called balanced chemical equation. Now what will be unbalanced equation? If there is no equal number of atoms on reactant and product side, that equation is called unbalanced equation. Unbalanced equation is also called skeletal equation. So we can divide equation into two types, chemical equation into two types, unbalanced and balanced equation. So from the name itself we can understand about them. In balanced equation there should be equal number of atoms on both reactant and product side. In the case of unbalanced equation, there is no equal number of atoms on both the reactant and product side of the equation. And this unbalanced equation is also called skeletal equation. So for balancing of a chemical equation, so that is unbalanced equation is given in the question. So we know in that case there is no equal number of atoms. Now we have to balance that unbalanced equation. That means we have to make equal number of atoms on both the reactant and product side. Then we will get balanced equation. So we will balance unbalanced equation. That's we have to equalize the number of atoms of each element on both the reactant and product side. So that is called balancing of chemical equation. So we will discuss some examples of balancing of chemical equation. That is, in the question we have unbalanced or skeletal equation. Unbalanced or skeletal equation means there is no equal number of atoms on both the sides of the equation. Now the question is, this is the equation. We have C3H8 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. We have reactants C3H8 and O2, they are the reactants, and two products CO2 and H2. Now we have to balance this equation. So it is an unbalanced equation or skeletal equation. Skeletal equation is given. Now we have to balance it. Means we have to make equal number of atoms on both the sides of the equation. For that, the first step is that we will identify which are the different elements present in this equation. So for that, first we will write element, heading element. We are going to list the name of the different atoms present on the equation. So in this case we can see that from first one we have C, carbon is there, H, hydrogen, and from the second reactant O. Is it clear? So we have only three atoms in this case. C we have, H, then O. So only three atoms are present in this equation. The first step is we will list the different atoms present in this equation. So here we have only three atoms, C, H and O. Only three elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And when we list the elements, so we can see that balance H, O, etc. in the last step. So it is an important tip we can use in the case of balancing an equation. If there are hydrogen and oxygen in the equation, we will write them last. So this is an important point. Using this point we can balance the equation easily. So that is, if there are elementary gases like hydrogen, oxygen, etc., write them last. And other than these, we have to write them first. So here we have only three elements C, H, O. If there are H and O in the equation, we will write them last. That is, we will balance H and O, hydrogen and oxygen in the last step. So we have to write them in the last steps of this balance. Other than these elements, if there is any other, we can write them first. So other than H and O, we have here only one is left, which is that carbon. So we will write carbon first. So first step for balancing an equation is that we have to list the different atoms present in the equation, identify the different atoms available in this equation, and in that case, hydrogen and oxygen we have to write them in the last steps. Hydrogen in the second last step and oxygen in the last step. Other than these, if there are other elements, we can write them in first, second or third steps. Now, next step is that we will balance each atom. So first atom we are taking is carbon. That is, now first step we are going to equalize the number of carbon atoms on both sides of the equation. For that, we will list the number of carbon atoms on both LHS, that is reactant side, and also RHS, that is product side. We will balance, that is equalize the number of carbon atom first, because first atom we have taken is carbon. Now first we will count the number of carbon atoms on the LHS, that is reactant side. And on the reactant side we can see that how many carbon atoms? 3. So when carbon atom is only present in the first reactant on LHS. In second reactant no carbon atom. So number of carbon atom, total number of carbon atom on the LHS will be 3. C, because C3. Subscript of carbon 3. And we can see that number of carbon atoms on the left side of the equation 3. Now number of carbon atom on the right side, that is RHS. In the product side we have two products, CO2 and H2O. And where is carbon? Carbon is on CO2. In second product no carbon. And how many carbon atoms in CO2? C1. Because no subscript, that is number of carbon atom 1. Now we can see that the number of carbon atoms are not equal on reactant and product side. On the reactant side, how many carbon atoms? 3 carbon atoms. But on the product side, how many carbon atoms? 1 carbon atom. So not equal. That means it is an unbalanced equation or skeletal equation because no equal number of atoms. Now what we have to do? So we are going to balance this equation. That means we have to equalize the number of atoms. Now first of all we will make equal number of carbon atoms on both the sides of the equation. How can we make equal? For balancing an equation, the main important point we have to remember is that for balancing an equation, we can change coefficient, not subscript in the formula. So for balancing an equation, what we can write? We can change only the coefficient. So in this case, no coefficients are available. Coefficient we will write the number which is present in front of the chemical formula is called coefficient. We have that. And these numbers 3, 8, 2, 1, 2, etc. These are the number of atoms. They are not coefficient, they are subscript. So for balancing an equation, we cannot write extra new subscript. We can change only the coefficient. So here, number of carbon atoms on the left side 3 and on the right side 1. So how can we make equal number of atoms, carbon atoms on both the sides? We can change this, we can convert this 1 into 3. Is it possible? It is possible by 1 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3. We can change 1 into 3 by multiplying 3. That means on the right side, on the RHS, we can make 3 carbon atoms. On the left side, already 3 carbon atoms, and right side also we can make 3 carbon atoms. Then you will get 3 carbon atoms on both the sides of the equation. But there is only 1 carbon atom. CO2, how many carbon atoms? 1 carbon atom. This 1 carbon atom should be changed into 3. So how can we make it? By multiplying by 3. By multiplying by 3 means we have to write coefficient 3. That is, if you write coefficient 3 in front of the carbon dioxide, in front of CO2, we can see that the number of carbon atom will become 3 into 1, 3. That means here we will write 3. Then see this 3 into 1, 3. So number of carbon atoms on the right side will become 3 ones are 3 carbon atoms, and the left side already 3, C3. So that is, find out how can we make equal number of atoms. For that, which number we have to multiply? That number we have to write in the place of coefficient. Don't change the subscript. That means in the case of CO2 we can write 3 here, but that is wrong. What is that? Because if you write 3 here, then the formula will become C3O2. The formula, we cannot change the chemical formula of reactants and products given. So it is not possible to change the chemical formula of reactant and product. We can write only the coefficient. If you write 3 here, 3 into 1, 3 carbon atoms. And in this case also, if you write 3 here, C3O2, there will be 3 carbon atoms. But this is wrong. Why? Because we changed the formula of carbon dioxide. That means we cannot write any number, subscript. We cannot change the subscript like this. We can write only number in front of the formula. That means we can change the coefficient, not subscripts. So it is not possible to change the coefficient subscript. We can change only the coefficient. Now we can see that the number of carbon atoms. Left side 3 carbon, C3, and right side also 3 into 1, 3 carbon atoms. So equal number of carbon atoms. And so when you change this coefficient into 3, the number of oxygen atom will be changed. 3 into 2, 6. So, but we don't consider other atoms in this step. In this step, we will consider only the number of carbon atoms. So concentrate only one type of atom at a time. So no need to worry about other atoms. We can balance it in the next steps. So now we have equalized the number of carbon atoms, 3 on both the sides of the equation. Now we will, next atom after carbon, which is the next one, hydrogen. We are going to count the number of hydrogen atom on the left side. Hydrogen atom, we have C3H8 and O2. These are the two reactants. And where is hydrogen? Hydrogen is only in the left, C3H8. And the number of carbon hydrogen atom, H8. So number of hydrogen atom, 8. So number of hydrogen atoms on the left side of the equation, 8. And the number of hydrogen atom on the right side of the equation, 2. Because two products, CO2 and H2O. And where is H? H is in the second product only. And number of H in H2O, only 2. Now we have number of hydrogen atoms, 8 on LHS, 2 on RHS. That means not equal. Now how can we make equal numbers? So we know that we can change 2 into 8. Can we convert 2 into 2? 2 into 8. How? By multiplying by 4. If you multiply 2 by 4, 2 into 4 is equal to 8. That means for equalizing the number of hydrogen atom on the right side, on the RHS, we have to multiply by 4. Multiply by 4 means coefficient we have to write 4. So where we have to write 4? Here. Coefficient 4. Then see this 4 into 2, 8. 8 hydrogen atom. And the left side, H8, already 8. So like this, find out which number we have to multiply. That number will be the coefficient. Now 4 into 2, 8, H8, equal number of hydrogen atoms. Now, one which is left, only one is left. Final step, oxygen. Number of oxygen atom on the left side. In C3H8, no oxygen. In O2, there are oxygen atom. How many oxygen atoms? 2. And on the right side, how many oxygen atoms? And we can see that oxygen atom is present in CO2 and also in H2O. So in both the products there are oxygen atoms. So we have to find out total number of oxygen on reactant side on the RHS. So from CO2, how many oxygen atom? 3 into 2, 6. We have 6 oxygen atom. And from 4H2O, how many oxygen atom? 4 into 1. 4 into 1, 4. So 4 oxygen atom from 4H2O. and from 3 CO2 how many oxygen atom? 6 O. So total 6 plus 4, 10 oxygen atom. So 10 oxygen atom. Is it clear? Because oxygen atom is in both the products. From 3 CO2 how many oxygen? 3 into 2, 6. From 4 H2O how many oxygen? 4 into 1, 4. So 3 into 2, 6 plus 4 into 1, 4. 6 plus 4, 10 oxygen atoms. So 10 oxygen atoms on the RHS on the right side, but 2 oxygen atom on the LHS. Now how can we make equal number? So we know that we can easily change 2 into 10. How to make 2 into 10? By multiplying 5. So if you multiply 2 by 5, 2 into 5, 10. That means which number we have to multiply? 5 on LHS. So that is the coefficient should be 5, which here we have to write on the LHS. For making oxygen atom equal, we have to write which coefficient? 5. That is, we have to write 5 here. Then we will get 5 into 2, 10 oxygen atoms, and on the right side 3 into 2, 6 plus 4 into 1, 4, 6 plus 4, 10 oxygen atom. So now we have equalized oxygen atoms. So now, only there are 3 atoms and we made equal number. But after doing all this, the final step will be, this is the final step, check the final balance equation to make sure every element is still balanced. So don't stop here. The final step of this balancing is that count the number of atoms from the beginning. We have to make sure that so every element is still balanced, because when you change the number of oxygen atoms, there will be change in the number of other atoms. So after completing this, we have to check, we have to count number of all the atoms again. So we have to make sure that every atom is still balanced. So we will count the number of all the atoms from the beginning. First we will start from carbon atom. Carbon atom on the left side C3, 3 carbons, and the right side 3 into 1, 3 carbon atoms. Equal hydrogen 8 on the left side, and right side 4 into 2, 8. And oxygen atom 5 into 2, 10, and right side 3 into 2, 6, then again 4 into 1, 4, 6 plus 4, 10. So the balanced equation we have C3H8 plus 5O2 plus 3CO2 plus 4H2O. So then now we can write, therefore, the balanced equation. As the next step we can write the next line. Therefore, the balanced equation is C3H8 plus 5O2 gives 3CO2 plus 4H2. So in the next line we can write the balanced equation is C3H8 plus 5O2 gives 3CO2 plus 4H2O. So we can summarize the steps required for balancing an equation. That is, first of all, we will find out which are the different atoms present in the equation. Then we will write element, then LHS, RHS. Then we will write the symbol of the different elements in the given equation one by one. But the important point is that if there are hydrogen and oxygen, we will write hydrogen and oxygen in the last. And other than this, the remaining elements we will write in the first, second, third step, etc. Then we will count, first of all we will count the, suppose if the first atom is sodium Na, we will count the number of sodium atoms on the LHS and on the RHS. If there are equal number of atoms, make equal number of atoms by multiplying suitable number, that is the coefficient. We have to write the coefficient on LHS or RHS. The important point is that we can write only coefficient like this. Don't change the subscript. For example, suppose if there is a compound of H2O and you want to make 3 oxygen atoms. 3 oxygen atoms in H2O. How to make 3 H2O? We will write 3 here. Then how will we make 3 oxygen atoms? 3 into 1, 3. 3 ones are 3 oxygen atoms. That means don't write 3 here. Because when you write 3 here, then you change the subscript. The subscript of oxygen is 1. We cannot change the subscript. We can write only the coefficient. So don't change the subscript, or we can change only the coefficient. Then in this next second step, we will consider a number of atoms of second elements. Then third element, like this we will count and balance it. After balancing all the atoms, in the final step, we have to count the number of atoms once again from the beginning, because if maybe there are changes. So we have to make sure that every atom is still balanced. For that, after balancing the equation, make sure that every atom is still balanced. For that, we have to count the number of atoms once again. So like this we can count and balance an unbalanced equation. Now we are going to consider next example, next equation. We have NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. This is the unbalanced equation. So on the first step, we are going to list the different atoms. So can we find the different atoms in this case? First Na is there, we have NaOH. From NaOH we have NaOH. Then H2SO4 H we have written. Then S. Then O already we have taken. So these are the four atoms, Na, O, H and S. Now when you write these elements in the order, H and O we will write them in the last step, because we can easily balance the equation. For that we will write H and O in the last steps. H and O. Other than these which are left, we have Na and S. In this order we have Na, sodium, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen. Now we will count number of atoms. First of all, we will balance. First one, sodium. The first step, we are going to count the number of sodium atoms. On the LHS, number of sodium atom 1, because NaOH. NaOH means Na1. So number of sodium atom 1. And number of sodium atoms on the RHS, where is sodium atom only in the first product. So number of sodium atom Na2SO4, that is 2. Na2. So number of sodium atoms 1, Na1 on the LHS, 2 on the RHS. Now how can we make equal number? We can convert this 1 into 2 by multiplying 2. When 1 is multiplied by 2, we will get 2. That means we have to multiply by 2 on the LHS for Na. So which coefficient? We have to write coefficient 2 on the LHS for Na. That is 2 here. Then you will get 2 into 1, 2 sodium atoms. And right side Na2, 2 sodium atoms. So equal number of sodium atoms. 2 into 1, 2 sodium, 2 sodium. So we have to write which number? We have to multiply by 2. That means we have to write coefficient of sodium 2. Is it clear? Don't write 2 here, Na2OH, because we cannot change the subscript. We cannot write any subscript, we can write only the coefficient like this. So don't change the subscript given in the formula, only the coefficient we can write. Now sulfur. So it is balanced sodium, now sulfur. Sulfur atom on the LHS, in this case no sulfur, here H2SO4. H2SO4, that means yes, H2SO4. So number of sulfur atom will be 1, not 4. 4 oxygen atom and 1 sulfur atom. So number of sulfur atom S1. And on the right side, where is S in the first product? Na2SO4. That means Na2S14. Number of sulfur atom, right side 1. Now we can see that equal number of sulfur atoms on both the sides. That means sulfur is already balanced. So we don't want to make any changes. Now third one, then the next one, H, hydrogen atom. We can count hydrogen atom on the LHS. We can see that hydrogen is present in both the reactant. Hydrogen, again hydrogen. So we have to combine it. From this, how many hydrogen atom? 2 into 1. 2 into 1, 2 hydrogen atom. From this, 2 hydrogen atoms. So total 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen atom. 2 into 1, 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen atom. Now on the RHS, no hydrogen. Hydrogen is only in the second product. Number of hydrogen atom on the RHS, 2. H2O, that is 2. Now see, 4 hydrogen atom LHS, 2 hydrogen atom on the RHS. So how can we make equal? We can change 2 into 4. For that we have to multiply by 2. Multiply by 2 means we have to write coefficient 2. 2 on which side? RHS for hydrogen. That is, we have to write coefficient 2. 2 into 2, 4. And left side, 2 plus 2, 4. So equal number of hydrogen atom, 4 hydrogen atom. Now oxygen atom. Oxygen atom, we can see that oxygen is present in both the reactant. From 2 NaOH, how many oxygen atom? 2 into 1, 2. Plus, from H2SO4, how many oxygen atom? 4. So 2 plus 4, 6. That is, from 2 NaOH, how many oxygen atom? 2 into 1, 2 oxygen plus. From H2SO4, how many oxygen atom? 4. So 2 plus 4, 6 oxygen atoms. And on the right side, oxygen is in both the product. From Na2SO4, how many oxygen atom? 4 oxygen atom. From 2H2O, how many oxygen atom? 2 into 1, 2 oxygen. 4 plus 2, 6 oxygen. So number of oxygen atom on the right side, 6. Left side is also 6. That means equal number of oxygen atom. So no changes because it's already balanced. Now don't stop here. We have to count each atom again. Sodium on the left side, 2 into 1, 2 into 1, 2. Right side, 2, equal number. Sulfur, S1, 1. Right side, S1. Hydrogen, 2 plus 2, 4. And right side, 2 into 2, 4. Oxygen, 2 plus 4, 6. Here, 4 plus 2, 6. So now we can see that there is equal number of atoms of each element on both the sides of the equation. Therefore, in the next line you can write, therefore the balanced equation is 2 NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. So this is the balanced equation. Now the next example, number 3. First of all, we will find out which are the different elements. Fe2O3. From Fe2O3 we have FeO, oxygen, plus Al. Next one, from Al, which element? Aluminium. So only 3 elements, FeO and Al. And we know that if there is O and H, we will write them last. Here we have O, so we can write in the last step. And no hydrogen atom. And other than O, we have Fe, Iron and Al. So only these 3 elements, FeAlO. First of all, Fe, we will count the number of Fe atoms. Number of Fe on the LHS, 2. Fe2O3. From Fe2O3, how many? Fe2. Right side, Fe1. Iron 1. Fe is only in the one product, first product, so Fe1. 2 on the LHS. So how can we equalize? We can change 1 into 2 multiplied by 2. Multiplied by 2 means the coefficient of Fe on the RHS should be 2. That means where we will write? Yes, we will write 2 here. That means 2 into 1, 2. 2 Fe atoms. Left side, 2. Understand? So don't write 2 here because when you write 2 here, then we change the subscript. Don't change the subscript. We can write only number in front of the formula. Now it's equalized. Then second one, Al. How many Al atoms on the LHS? Al, there is no Al. Al is in the second. How many Al? Al 1. So aluminum atoms 1. And here in product side, no Al. Here Al atoms. How many Al atoms? 2. 2 Al atoms. How can we make equal? We can change 1 into 2 multiplied by 2. So we have to multiply by 2. On which side? On the LHS. The coefficient of aluminium on the LHS should be 2 because we want to multiply by 2. That means the coefficient of aluminium on the LHS should be 2. That means here we will write 2. Now 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 1, 2 aluminium atoms, and right side 2. So equalized. Now third one, last, oxygen. Oxygen we have on the left side oxygen O3. O3 means 3 oxygen. And on the right side there is no oxygen here. 3. O3, Al2, O3. From Al2, O3, 3 oxygen atoms. So already balanced. That means we will count all the atoms again. Fe 2 on the LHS, RHS 2 into 1, 2. Fe 2, 2 into 1, 2 equal. 2 Fe atoms, Al 2 into 1, 2, Al2, 2 aluminium atoms equal oxygen O3, right side O3, 3 oxygen atoms. So equalized. So the balance equation is Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives 2Fe plus Al23. That means in this case there is no coefficient. Fe2O3, so equation will be, balanced equation we have Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives 2Fe plus Al2O3. So this is the answer. Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives 2Fe plus Al2O3. Now, today's last example we have Al4C3 plus H2O gives CH4 plus AlOH thrice. First of all, we will identify the different elements. From Al4C3, which are the elements? Al, aluminium, C, carbon, from H2O, H, then O. 4 elements: Al, C, hydrogen, oxygen. And we know that if there are hydrogen and oxygen, we will write them last. Hydrogen and oxygen last. Other than this, we have remaining two, Al and C. First, we will concentrate on Al. Number of Al atoms on the LHS, Al4C3. That means 4 Al atoms on the LHS. Number of Al atoms on the RHS, no Al. Al is here. Number of Al atoms, AlOH thrice. That means Al1. AlOH thrice means we have Al1 atom, Al1 OH thrice. So number of aluminium atoms, 1. Al1. 3 is only for O and H because O and H are in the brackets. So only for O and H we will consider 3. So now how can we equalize 1 into 4? How can we change it? Multiply by 4. That means we have to write coefficient of Al on the RHS. Coefficient of Al on the RHS should be 4. That we have 4 Al. 4 into 1, 4 Al. 4 into 1, 4. Here 4. Understand? So when you write 4 here, automatically the number of oxygen and hydrogen atoms will be changed. So we don't want to focus on O and H now because in this step we will consider only, we will equalize only the aluminium atoms. So we will equalize remaining atoms in the next steps. So aluminium atoms, it's a balance for Al4, 4 into 1, 4 aluminium atoms. Now carbon, number of carbon atoms on the LHS, 3, C, 3. And right side, C1, CH4, that means C1H4, 3 and 1. How can we equalize? 1 into 3, multiply by 3. That means the coefficient of C on the RHS is, we have to write 3. The coefficient of each element, C on which side? RHS, 3. That means 3 here. 3 into 1, 3. Left side, 3. So 3 carbon atoms, equal number. Now hydrogen. Next one, hydrogen. Hydrogen, number of hydrogen atom, there is no hydrogen in the first reactant. It is in the second. Number of hydrogen, 2. And here we can see that hydrogen is in both. Hydrogen in hydrogen. So we have to consider both. From 3CH4, how many hydrogen atom? 3 into 4, 12. Plus from 4Al OH how many hydrogen atoms? 4 OH means 1. So 4 into 1, 4. 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 12, 24. Do you understand? From 3H4, 3 into 4, 12. From 4 ALOH thrice, H is in the bracket, so we have to multiply by 3, and also there is coefficient 4. So 4 into 1, 4, then 4 into 3, 12. 12 from this second product and 12 from the first product. So 12 plus 12, 24. But left side, number of hydrogen atom, 2. 2 and 24. How can we equalize? 2, we can change 2 into 24. How? Multiply by 12. Multiply by 12. Multiply by 12. That means the coefficient of H on the LHS is 12. The coefficient of H on the LHS. Left side should be 12. 12 we have to write here. So 12 into 2, 24. And the right side only 24. 3 into 4, 12. Plus 4 into 1, 3. 4 into 1, 4. 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 12, 24. Equal number. Next, last, final one. Oxygen. Oxygen atom on the LHS. From left side, from Al4C3, no oxygen. Oxygen is in the second reactant. So 12H2, how many oxygen atom? 12 into 1. 12 into 1, 12. 12 oxygen atom. From product side, 3CH4, no oxygen. Oxygen is in this. And we know that oxygen is in the bracket, so we have to consider 3 also. So OH, 4 into 1, O1H. 4 into 1, 4. 4 into 3, 12. Oxygen atom, 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12. 12 oxygen atom. Left side also 12. So equal number of oxygen atoms. Now what is the final step? We have to make sure that each atom is still balanced, so that we can count again Al. From the beginning Al 4. And the right side 4 into 1, 4 equal number. Carbon 3. Left side, so the right side 3 into 1, 3 equal number. Hydrogen 12 into 2, 24. And the right side 3 into 4, 12 plus 4 into 1, 4. 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 12, 24. Oxygen 12 into 1, 12. And the right side 4 into 1, 4. 4 into 3, 12. So equal number of atoms. So we have the balanced equation is Al4C3 plus 12H2O gives 3CH4 plus 4AlOH. So the balanced equation will be Al4. This is the answer. Al4C3 plus 12H2O gives 3CH4 plus 4AlOH thrice. So this is the answer we have. Al4C3 plus 12H2O gives 3CH4 plus 4AlOH thrice. So these are some of the examples of balancing of chemical equation. We will discuss more examples in the next session. Thank you.